Hey guys, we're going to talk a little bit about transformational graphing. We have a lot of different parent functions. Those are the basic functions that we'll be talking about this year. And depending upon where something is added or subtracted to the original problem, then that transforms the graph. It moves it in one direction or the other. So what we're going to do is go over a few graphs, and we're going to graph the parent function in red. We're going to graph the given function in blue. So what I want you to do is look at the equation that I give you, write it down, pause the video, figure out the parent function, then graph both the parent function and the given function, and then turn your video on and check your work. So here we go. This is the first one. Pause your video, write down your problem. All right, on this one, hopefully you got that the parent function is y is equal to x squared. Move that down. Parent function is y is equal to x squared. It's a quadratic, so it's a U-shaped graph. Basic U-shaped graph is at the origin. Because I have a -1 inside, then that means that it's translated opposite of this sign if it's inside a grouping symbol. So it's translated to the right one outside the grouping symbol, moves it up or down in the same direction as the sign, so up 2. Right 1, up 2. Number 2, pause your video. Hey guys, this also is a y equals x squared quadratic equation. So this one, again, this is the parent function in red, and this equation is in blue. With the negative in front of the quadratic, the x squared part, then that means that our graph is going to be flipped across the x-axis. And when you have a number here that's greater than 1, then it's stretched. If it were a fraction between 0 and 1, then it would be compressed, so it would be wider. This one is skinnier, so think about it being stretched. When it's stretched, it pulls it up taller. Number 3, pause your video. Number 3 is a square root function. So it starts at our origin and it moves to the right. For the given graph, because it has a minus sign outside of the parent, outside of the radical sign is considered a grouping symbol. So that just means that it's shifted down 4 units. Here's your fourth equation. Pause the video. On this one, hopefully you got that it is a parent function of the absolute value. So it starts at the vertex, opening up. This one, because we have 1/2 in front of it, it's still pointing upward, but it is compressed. So our graph opens up. It's wider. You're compressing it when it's a fraction. And because we have a +3 inside our grouping symbol, our absolute value sign, that shifts it to the left 3. Problem number 5. All right, problem number 5. Pause the video. This is your equation. Parent function is y is equal to the log of x. The logarithmic function, we'll be learning about those later. Basically, the only thing you need to know is the only difference is that it has a +2 outside of it. So that means that it's translated up, shifted up 2 units. Problem number 6. Pause your video. This is an exponential function. So this exponential function, we'll say it's y is equal to, I could say 1/2 x to the x power. So it's translated down 1 because of the -1. 1/2 means it's between 0 and 1, so it's flipped across the y-axis. Problem number 7. Pause your video. For number 7, parent function is a cube root. Notice that the +2 is underneath the radical sign, so that just means that it's translated. That's a grouping symbol. If it's inside the grouping symbol, it's in the opposite direction of the sign, so it's translated left 2 units. Problem number 8, pause your video. For number 8, we have a cubic function. Here we have a -3, and the -3 is not inside any grouping symbol, so it's just translated down 3 units. Problem number 9, pause your video. 9 is also an absolute value function. Notice you've got a couple of things. You have a negative outside of your absolute value sign, so that means that it's flipped across the x-axis. You have a 1 that's outside your absolute value sign, so that means the whole graph is translated or shifted up 1 unit. Problem number 10. Pause your video. Problem number 10 is another absolute value function, but notice this time the negative is inside the absolute value, so it didn't change it. So the only thing that's changed is we have that +1 outside, so the whole graph is translated up 1 unit. Now we're going to take and look at some graphs that I have, and then you're going to see if you can't write the actual function or the equation that goes with the graph. So pause your video now. Come back. This first one, hopefully you recognize that it's a U-shaped graph, so you understand that it's a quadratic equation, and I've highlighted a couple of things. The middle of it, or the vertex, is located at -2, 3, so that means inside my parentheses, I'm shifting it to the left 2, so it's going to be a +2 inside my parentheses. Then I'm going to square it. It also translates it down 3 units, so on the outside of my grouping symbol, I'm going to put a -3. For number 12, this is a cubic equation. Notice it's shifted up 2 units, so I just have the cube root of x, and then outside of the radical sign, I have a +2. Look at these graphs. Pause your video when you got your equation, then turn your video back on. For this one, number 13, it's an absolute value function. Hopefully you remember that because it's a V-shaped graph. The vertex of it is located at the origin, but it is shifted down 4 units. So you have it opening up. So it's just simply the absolute value of x, and then outside your absolute value sign, you should have -4. For number 14, this is a square root equation, and it's just shifted down 2. So I have the square root of x. On the outside of my radical sign, I have -2. Pause your video for 15 and 16. When you think you have your equations, then turn your video back on. For number 15, this is a cubic equation. It's been shifted up 2 units, so I just have x cubed +3. For number 16, again, hopefully you recognize it's a quadratic, but it's opening down, so we should have a negative in front of everything. So I've got a negative sign, and because it's moving to the right one inside my parentheses, I should have the opposite sign. So x -1, quantity squared, and then it's shifted up 3, so +3 on the outside. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how graphs translate, what you look at to know how they shift up and down, how they shift left and right, whether they open up or down.